The video game industry was pretty different 25 years ago. Nintendo was the top dog, gamers seemed to care more about what games the system had instead of specs, and competitors certainly didn't complement each other. Hell no, that would have been unheard of back then. You were to slander the competition every chance you got, and nobody did that better than Nintendo and Sega. The reason? And what pretty much sparked the console war during the 16-bit era? A little blue hedgehog named Sonic came into existence. Before this, Nintendo had a stranglehold on the industry. No one was able to compete with them for the longest time. But that all changed when Sonic the Hedgehog hit store shelves in 1991. Sonic was fairly different from most platformers at the time. His gimmick was speed, which was awarded to players who were skilled enough to keep the momentum going, which not only made you feel like a badass, but generally led you to extra goodies too. Mix this type of gameplay with an awesome art style and colorful graphics, and it's no wonder why Sonic became a mascot for Sega, and a gaming icon as well. So what did Sonic do to achieve this stardom? Well, the goal of the game is to guide Sonic through the zones of South Island as he tries to stop Dr. Robotnik and save the animals he imprisons into robots. Story is simple, to the point, so I like it. A major difference between Mario games besides speed were two things. The first was level design. Unlike a lot of platformers that were for the most part linear, Sonic the Hedgehog went with a non-linear level design so it could take advantage of his speed and allow the player to explore each level and complete it how they saw fit. This thankfully added a lot of replayability since Sonic doesn't have a huge amount of levels. Excluding special stages, there was only 19 levels total across 6 zones, which I'm not criticizing. Quality over quantity is never a bad thing. The second difference was the items you could get. Sonic could gain access to 3 different types: a shield, invincibility, and power sneakers that would increase his speed. These power-ups were good and all, but they were only temporary and with no life bar to be found. You'd think Sonic would be extremely vulnerable. And for the most part he is, well, that is if he doesn't have any rings. Sonic's lifeline and the most important item in any Sonic game. I always respected how ingenious the game design based around rings were. Sonic Team managed to make what was normally viewed as a pretty underwhelming, and I admit, pretty unfulfilling collectible and platformers, and turn it into the most important item without changing any of its previous elements. Little things like this made Sonic the Hedgehog a fresh and exciting new experience for gamers. And it's why 25 years later, he's still kicking. Well, kind of. We'll see if Sonic Mania can get him off life support. Again. But no one can deny that Sonic the Hedgehog is very important to the history of video games, and I'm sure we'll continue to see him in some form in the future. Let's just hope he can make it to his 30th anniversary without any major fuck-ups. Please?